Welcome to another video. Now let's provide a solution to this problem. Okay, so we had solved for x here, and we are given x squared times x minus 1. All right, so x squared times x is indeed x cubed. So this one is more or less x cubed minus 1 equal to 0. So let's provide a solution to this. Okay, so solution. So we have s cubed, okay, s cubed minus 1 equal to 0. So how do we solve for x? And because this side is minus, I would like to go by the difference of cubes. All right, so this is difference of cubes, and we have a cube minus b cube is the same as a minus b times the square root of the first term plus the product of the two plus the square root of the second term. That is difference of cubes. Okay, so we can say s cubed minus 1 cube. Okay, because 1 to the power of 10 will still give us 1. So we can rewrite this one as s cubed minus 1 cube. I can put 3 here. Then the idea remains the same. I can still get 1. All right, so from here, my a is x, my b is 1. So that will be x minus 1. And I have x squared, okay? X squared plus the product of 1 and x, x. Then we have 1 squared. 1 squared is still 1 equal to 0. So this one is 0 product. Now we can say a times b equal to 0, a equal to 0, then b equal to 0. So from here, x minus 1 equal to 0, and x squared plus x plus 1 to equal to 0. So we have x minus 1 equal to 0, and x squared plus x plus 1 equal to 0. And from here, my first answer is x equals to 1. And I think that is the only rare solution here. Okay, now because the degree here, the highest value here is 3, we are expected to get 3 solutions. Okay, and that's the first one, and this one being quadratic will give us another 2, making 3. All right, so let's look for the other solutions. So we have x squared plus x plus 1 equal to 0. So let me use the almighty formula. Okay, so minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac on 2a. So we need to compare this one to the general quadratic equation, that is ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So when I compare, my a is 1, b is 1, c is 1. So I have a, b1, then c 1. So let's do the substitution quickly. So we have x minus 1 plus or minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1, 2 times 1, everything 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, minus 1 plus or minus 1 squared 1, so 4 times 1, so minus 4 on 2. Remember I said this side with the complex part. Okay, so x is minus 1 plus or minus. So this side will be square root of minus 3 on 2. We all know that taking square root of negative number here, so will be complex. So this one will lead us to complex. So what I will do here is x equals to minus 1 plus or minus is the same as square root of 3 times minus 1 on 2. So we have this and the same as minus 1 plus or minus square root of 3 times square root of minus 1 on 2. And from complex numbers, square root of minus 1 is seen as I. So in place of square root of minus 1, I'll put I over there. And therefore, my final answer here will be minus 1 plus or minus square root of 3 I on 2. So we have two solutions here. So the plus or minus is giving us two solutions. So we can split them here. So let's split them. So my x1, x2 rather. We have x1 here. I can call this one x1. That's the first solution. So my x2 will be minus 1 plus square root of 3 I on 2. And the third equation will be minus 1. So minus square root of 3 I on 2. All right, so we have the complex part over there. All right, so if this is your first time of watching me, kindly subscribe. If you are on YouTube and if you are on Facebook, kindly follow the page for more exciting videos. All right.